Welcome, friends, to the Rally Cry halftime show. Team Liquid up 2 games in our best of 5, one away from closing it out. This could be This could be it. I mean, I've definitely enjoyed what we've seen from the game so far, but this is the moment that 100 Thieves need to bounce back, give Team Liquid a little bit of their own medicine, and make this a series, right, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially the way that we saw them approach the early game, million times better than what we got in game number 1. And I need to see a continuation of that. Maybe we're just getting the scaling nature of 100 Thieves challenges here in this best of 5.
Maybe 100 Thieves win the next game now by that
work on one thing
right?
at a time.
Yeah. So now it's late game. Mid game.
And building a bridge. I don't know how they're going to do that. They got to build a bridge.
And fast.
Yeah, and fast is honestly it. So I figured with 100 Thieves now, 1 game away from potentially being knocked out of our playoffs, that it's time to give our players a little bit of a pep talk, all right? So imagine you are now coaching this team. You are now, or either team, because you guys can pick the prompt of who you want to be given a pep talk to. You're the coach now. You're sitting in that situation. This is the part of the movie where, you know, everybody's down, you think you're out, and it's this slow zoom in on your face as you give the most motivating speech for seeing that heartwarming bounce back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
Got you. I think I got you.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that for our players. All right. So I'll let you pick the prompt for each other for which player you think needs the pep talk heading into our game 3, and
We get to choose for each other.
for each other. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, I'm going to choose Darshan for beatdown.
Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna choose.
Or we're gonna do the speech, then we give it.
Oh,
back.
we do the speech first. All right.
We're gonna give it back. So.
All right. No. Everybody.
Beat down to the punch. So.
That's
goes
fine.
first.
I slammed my hand on the buzzer.
Yeah. That same idea. Same. Okay, everybody. Shh. All right.
This is the motivating music part. Imagine that in your head, by the way.
Darshan, listen to me, bro. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the people who say, go back to Valorant. Go back to whatever it is you were doing after last year. You belong in League of Legends. You were meant to be in League of Legends. Don't ever read Twitch chat. They don't know what they're talking about. All you know is you and your gameplay and your actual coach, who isn't me giving you this speech. That's all you need to worry about. You get that set up. We're going to game 4, buddy. Do your best. That's it. I'm done.
That's all you got. All right.
That's all I need.
Team Liquid trying to chase him back to Valor. I mean, what was that? They're ganging up on him in the top lane. Like, this was.
Yeah.
I feel like this was personal, honestly.
I will just say, obviously, we got to give some caveats. Darshan, a great player in his history. He had taken some time off. He came in here as a fill-in for 100 Thieves in a last-minute situation. And while you can obviously see some of the rust, I'm expecting some of that veterancy to come through and some of that experience to keep battening down the hatches for him. So little caveat to the performance. Obviously, a lot of focus because they know that he's a weaker link of the team.
No, what can you do when the entire squad of Team Liquid's gunning for you, right?
He did kind of get overextended a bunch by himself, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
I'm only talking about the part where I just watched him fighting for his life, as you know, everyone was, you know, in Borum. But now moving on to next player beatdown, you get to pick who Mazel has to give a pop talk to.
Pretty.
Ooh, pretty. All right. You ready? I'm gonna zoom in my camera so you can really see.
Would like
Oh,
do the
okay.
zoom.
All right. Let's see.
See how fast.
It's gonna be awful.
Pretty, my man. All right, are you ready for this? You got this. You got this. I saw you hover the A soul. I saw it. It was right there. You can just pick it. You can be a carry. I believe in you, Prodromos. You can do it, man. I know you can. You can carry the 100 Thieves to victory. They need you now. They need you. You're their only hope. You're like Obi-Wan for Star Wars, but you're the League of Legends version of that one. And you can do this, man. Put on your Jedi robe and just carry the entire freaking team, man. You got this. That's it. That's my move.
Damn.
I'm not going to zoom in all the way, though. I'm going to go.
Production's backstage, like, we did not sound check for Mazel grabbing his mic and screaming.
You did not, but that's part of the motivation, right? It's the moment-to-moment feel.
It's the spontaneity of it. So I'm with
I gotta
it.
fix my mic
I liked
now,
it,
at least.
Mazel. Yeah, no worries. We got you. You take your time with that one.
Hey, honestly, I felt motivated from that too. Honestly, like that's pretty right now. Like I would insta-lock ASOL so fast, it would not even be funny. I'd be like, oh shoot, Mazel told me this is what I have to do. Like,
imagine the story if he gave 3 picks ASOL against APA and starts
so
the reverse sweep. My God, that'd be great. I'm kind of memeing that situation, but I definitely want to see Pretty activated. I love Alessandra. Don't get me wrong. I need to see Carry.
He's that facilitator player for the team, and that's kind of what we were hoping to see from him as a player overall this year. Like something different, something more than that standard control mage.
For our next round of pep talks, we'll do one for each team. You know, one for Team Liquid to close it out, one for 100 Thieves to make that bounce back, give us the series. I'll let you two decide who gets to do which.
You can go first this time, Deep Down. Like you can choose for me.
Give Bradley a pep talk.
We were doing the whole teams, but if we want
the whole team? Sorry.
If you're very passionate that Bradley needs a pep talk, like we can go that route.
Oh, then in that case, just let it go.
No, I'm doing Bradley. You already did it.
Right, okay.
You already did it.
I already did
Bradley, we chilling, my man. You better save a little bit of space on that neck for a 3rd chain because, my dude, it's on its way. It's already being packed up. It's already being... No, I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. Don't get ahead of yourself because you got to close out this game. It's a legacy best of 5 against 100 Thieves, my man. While you got the coconut in the top lane on the island, make sure you get ready for the haymakers that you got to deliver, all right? Close this one out, my boy Bradley, and make that run to 3 chains.
That almost knocked over a shelf. No, that was clean. Let's go.
We have time for another?
We do. Beat down there.
Okay.
There's someone that you think needs a pep talk. Your last
Leave it
one.
to APA.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Ian, listen to me, bro.
Oh, it's
Why does
man
everybody have
to man.
sunglasses?
No, we're just ready.
From men who have the same birthday, I need you to hear me, bro. You told me and you said on Twitter that you're knocking out these teams one by one. When I asked you yesterday about your experience with TL and how you're going to do in these playoffs, you told me I will not lose. Now I need you to keep that energy going into this last series. I need you to keep that energy for the rest of this goddamn tournament, because that's how you win games. That's how you get the 3-peat for this team.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I honestly, if I was the players, I'd be pretty fired up right now. And Team Liquid, I mean, they have been looking great in this series so far. I still want to see the series, but you can't deny what Team Liquid's been able to bring to the Rift all across the board. I mean, Arrow's just been incredible so far. Just
he's insane.
Insane. Amir in that last game too, like, oh my goodness.
They're stepping up to the plate. I think that's the biggest thing for Team Liquid is, yes, we've saw them stumble a little bit. We've seen them kind of give way to 100 Thieves in that second game, but it was about the bounce back, right? The fact that Arrow is still going toe-to-toe with Unforgiven and Mir is able to facilitate for a lot of team with the move out of mid lane from APA, it just works so well.
It has been such a great series to see so far. I'm hoping this is a series that can go all the way, though. It's time to see if 100 Thieves have what it takes to have more games on our horizon as draft is ready.
All right. Thank you so much, Sierra. Appreciate you and giving us some motivational speeches. Get this energy going for game number 3. 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid Challengers. A legacy best of 5 that has always gone the distance. And we got to see some give from 100 Thieves here. They will be on blue side yet again. Team Liquid Challengers on that red side. We'll see the Renata band away against Kim Down this time around. That Thresh sticking around for TLC.
Another adaptation coming through here, and the Thresh band has to go. We talked about it. That buy has been so strong. Oh yeah, do I see a Jinx? Is there something along those lines?
Is there a Jinx in the future?
Yeah, maybe. The point is, they're denying. It's another adaptation coming through here. They saw the Renata and they're like, wow, I hate this. I don't want to see this anymore. And that's understandable. And then had some pretty good ultimates, some pretty good handshakes. So the Vi is also another one that I'm really happy about because Amir has been unreal on this champion. The thing is, though, you're going to see the Wukong come through for Yukino, but Mir still has a lot of other options. I'm expecting the J4 or something. He's done a lot. Viego currently disabled, so I'm expecting just something more along the lines of that
Wukong
jungler.
again. I know this was... It was one of the biggest picks for Yukino, and I think it was so huge that we got to see a lot of growth throughout the season on this kind of pick, where you still have that early priority if you can find it. But the thing is, you've got to be ready to step up against Beer, because Beer's whipping out the Lee Sin here that was banned away in the previous games. Arrow right back on the Jinx that's been working well, and 100 Thieves in need of a response, go for the Aphelios and the Nautilus.
Hey, you got to imagine it's a Brahma angle, for Kim Down, and I'm so excited for Mir's Lee Sin. Lennon, he played this, not the last series, but the one before it, where we talk about Mir and his mechanics and how it's like one of the most exciting things about this player, and who's more mechanically intense than Lee Sin himself. I can't wait to see
Absolutely. Gonna be a lot of fun. Also, the kind of Braum combo with that, a lot of movement in the team fights available, which is gonna be a lot of fun to watch. But they hovered it last time, the Braum. It's gonna be locked in this time with the Jinx. I think it's a very deadly duo. But the Orianna focus again for the second game in a row now in the second phase. And we'll see the Talia band away, some more respect, but the LeBlanc joins that table yet again for Team Liquid.
So APA not looking to play it. Maybe leaning towards the Syndra if that one finally makes it through. The Gwen ban. Okay, so tank, probably a Cassante angle actually for Darshan in the top side, or something tank oriented is what I'm getting from that pick. But on the other end, I mean, Lee Sin, LeBlanc obviously not available, but there are other mids that you could be going for the skirmish. I mean, Ari is fine, just to name one to kind of set things up.
It was banned away last game. Maybe just go back to it. But Syndra was also banned away last game. It's locked in this time for APA.
Yeah, so I mean, the Syndra Lee Sin. Syndra's not as strong as she used to be when this duo was super popular, but Scatter of the Week, your ability to at least somewhat contest push, that's the big thing we're looking for here, Lennon. This mid-jungle duo looking to impact the map again.
Yeah, when we were looking at some clips before the series even started, one of the big standouts for me in their last series for 100 Thieves was Pretty on the Syndra, trying to pull something back with engages. Now we're looking at APA with those tools, while the tools for 100 Thieves will be Darshan on a tank at the top lane in Sion.
So this is more of what I wanted to see for 100 Thieves. If you're gonna play Unforgiven on a hyper carry like Aphelios, you need to set him up. You need to give him that perfect front to back that he's looking at. Play around him. Team Liquid, even when he falls behind, have been so good at playing around Arrow on this Jinx in both games 1 and 2, and it's looking like we might see it for a third. And now what's the answer for Bradley in the top side? Technically, the Camille, another tank buster that wasn't taken out of the picture, could go the Malphite on a tank route because you already have a lot of damage.
God, every time I've seen Bradley on the Malphite, it always just looks so terrifying. Malphite. He always picks the Shamrock, and he always does great thing. But the thing is now, Pretty has a little bit of comfort on the Victor. Late game scaling, but some setup around mid lane as well, and really still looking for Yukino to have a lot of influence early, and more so than he had against Mir last game, where you did get some advantages for Unforgiven the bot lane, but it wasn't enough. This time around, the Aphelios, while you can focus bot lane, is definitely looking at a little bit of second item spikes, third item spikes come online. Same with Arrow on the Jinx, and it's going to be about how these trios kind of work through the early pathing, at least for both junglers.
And there's a lot of pressure on Yukino in this third game here, not only because they're facing elimination, but because you look at Aphelios, Victor. I mean, they can have impact in that laning phase, but they need help. They need a little bit of gold. Victor especially, you get him an extra kill suddenly in the laning phase, an assist even at some kind of skirmish. You get him closer to that point where he can get the leveled up laser, fight for that mid prio, because that's been the story this series. These two junglers, these two mid laners fighting for prio for their laters, fighting for advantages so they can move across the map. So far, TL have done it better. 100 Thieves need to answer.
And we're on to the Rift a little bit later, as we would want to see maybe some 100 Thieves level 1 action there. Not going to find it just yet, as APA's dad coming out here. Game 2 victory for the TLC boys. Can I get a yip yip for a Game 3 victory? Of course you can. They got to pass that bar of execution. And Team Liquid looking at the forefront of it. Syndra, Lee Sin, and Malphite all in that top trio for them. 100 Thieves going for a little bit of early game information.
All right, TL. Been trying the same for games 1 and 2. Get an idea of where Mir is going to be is super important here. And that Lee Sin, so good at skirmishing, so good at finding these angles, and Mir, so good at the pick. 100 Thieves have their work cut out for them, especially with how important this bot lane matchup is for the 3rd game in a row. It's just the bot meta. It's how it be.
It's how it be, but you know what? I'll take that all day long. Ooh, the Kled. APA is adapting his emote game.
Like it.
We'll see if he can get something going on this Syndra. Again, last game it looked so good because you had a lot of movement out of mid lane, right? The Talia for APA was really a huge facilitator for the rest of the team. Now giving some resources potentially back to APA to be a primary carry for them. But it is a lot of frontal aggression from TL, and I feel like, yes, they have a decent team fight, but they need to be on their P's and Q's for their target selection, especially when it comes to the team fights.
For sure. They have that nice bit of disengage too with the Braum and the Syndra, and that's going to be really important for them. APA has had some great Scatter the Weeks in games past to set up team fights, to slow things down. That's what he's going to have to do again. Both teams have that team fight angle, but if we're talking about front to back, I'm liking 100 Thieves comp a little better, especially with how strong Victor Aphelios become in that late game. When you can get space for them here, it's even more important for Mir to be able to pop off on this Lee Sin, find those angles, find those kicks. Front line? Who cares about front line? That's not important. It's the flank angles. That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for. We'll see as the same side starts actually came out from both junglers, pathing down towards this bottom side of the map. I do want to put a little bit more focus on Yukino. Obviously, a rookie split feels like for him that has gone really well in terms of establishing himself in the scene at the challenger level, but specifically, it's been, I feel like, a little bit of a time coming for him, as he was a standout on EG Prodigies and really able to find a lot of strength in terms of his overall approach to the game, what he brings to the outside of the game, but as well as what he brings inside.
Yeah, I mean, we've hit on it before, but it can't be said enough. The good attitude that this kid has here. Again, youngest player in the league. People at 100 Thieves say that this is the gold standard for how a player's attitude should be. I heard the same from people over at EG in the past when he was on Evil Genius Prodigies, and the kid's he's just a good kid. And he's also pretty good at the game. You'll love to see it.
Tough test against Mir, though. Again, need to see proactivity from Yukino against a stranglehold jungler. It feels like that Mir has been now on the Lee Sin. We'll see where that early pathing leads to. You just get the fisticuffs in top lane. Although Bradley's bringing like Wolverine fists to the fight. I don't know if that's fair, but Darshan says, I see you. As he wants to trade back with his big old axe. A little bit of trading back and forth between two top laners who have been getting a lot of back and forth volatility in their lane. Yukino wants to come capitalize.
I mean, Malphite spells, they
Bradley
cost a
has no
lot
idea
of
this is
mana.
happening.
Oh yeah, they got him.
He has the shield, but he has no idea that Yukino made that wrap around, thinking that he was heading down towards bottom side. He's gonna burn the flash. I thought maybe he wouldn't even burn it, but first blood goes to 100 Thieves.
A nice catch out. It does go for Darshan, who we know needs a little bit of love with how he's been bullied on the side of Team Liquid Challengers. So really nice play there from Yukino. That activity we wanted to see, where so far they've been keeping track of Mir pretty well. That ward by the Raptors pit that's also coming through from Pretty already gives that information that Mir was looking for a little bit of something, but he gets spotted.
See if he actually, this is what I was talking about earlier, seeing if he wants to go for any aggressive pathing on Lee Sin. I really liked the kind of feign pathing. Oh no, Mir trying to get Yukino, but he goes over the wall, having to get to that ward jump. But it was such a heads up path from Yukino early. Now he gets a little bit punished on the back end of it, and I think really heads up play for Mir.
Oh, there was that opportunity to stop the back, but didn't get where he was backing from. But the aggression is there, and Mir, he's been farming up a storm so far. Still doesn't have much to show for it here. We'll be needing to see him look for these opportunities even before level 6. As you can see, like, the kind of damage he's able to do early on. But for now, he's going to go for the recall. Well, it's 100 Thieves who have the vision set up on this bottom side here. TL, it's very defensive on their end. They're just worried about potential dive threats, as Arrow and Kim down, they've been the target of them for a while.
Yeah, and I hope 100 Thieves Challengers ADC doesn't go unforgiven for this 3-0 TLC is about to hit them with. Nice little use of wordplay there, Fillerson. But it is something where Unforgiven tried to step up in game number 2. Was not able to. Again, lauded as our best ADC in Challengers. Arrow has rose to the occasion here on the Jinx and really made this bottom lane non-existent, at least in terms of a point of power for 100 Thieves. And now we have a dragon up on the table. It's about a minute and a half after spawn, but Team Liquid looking for a little bit of control around this duo between Mir and APA.
That's the most important thing here. That vision control, even if they don't go for the Drake, it removes some of the options there for Pretty and Yukino to make a move through the river here. And that hook, really glad that landed, at least for didn't land, excuse me, for TL's sake. Now Mir is also in the area in case something goes wrong. So everybody, just back to your usual business. No one wants to hurt anybody yet.
No funny business here. No funny business.
I'm watching you, says the guy playing Lee Sin.
Yeah. Great, great way, great stuff. But specifically, I think also when you see this kind of tussling around vision here, you can see an obvious focus from both sides around this bottom lane with a little bit of give from mid, but it has been kind of constant focus here from Mir around this Dragon Pit and trying to maybe set something up between APA and Arrow, but hasn't really been able to find it.
No, not yet.
Got the CS lead though.
That is something. I mean, APA is doing pretty well in the lane. Arrow hasn't received very much attention from either jungler so far, so he's keeping even in CS with Unforgiven, plus or minus a few. And TL, what we've seen this series so far, they are so good at giving resources to this Jinx.
Unbreakable gonna help Kim down, dissuade a lot of the damage coming out from Unforgiven early on. Go for the early Berserkers Greaves on both sides of the matchup down bot lane. I'm just trying to opt into a little bit of power spike there. We do have Rift Herald on the table now. And we obviously see APA moving early, Mir up here as well. Bot lane will not be joining, at least for the time being.
All right, nice use of the Force of Will to ensure Mir gets that information with the Scuttle Crab. But what really matters is that you're not looking to make that play. You want to make a play onto someone first. That Scatter the Weak goes down, for instance. There's something to be said here. But looking like Mir's just going to walk away and maybe go for that Rift Herald instead. So he's just going to solo it.
They were trying to see if maybe there was a response play coming out from 100 Thieves, but there is none here. And I do want to highlight when we get this Rift Herald taken down. This is such an incredible matchup in the history of our developmental league in Challengers now, what was Academy, what was Proving Grounds.
Yeah.
These teams are developmental titans in North America, and there is a reason why we consistently see them in the top 6 in these final finishes. And while we have seen a change in their rosters, a big redevelopment for both these organizations, it's crazy to me that they still find themselves at this position because of that structure they have behind these players. And they're, again, we traditionally go all the way the distance for these two teams, and I'm looking for a little bit of that gumption from 100 Thieves Challengers here to bring us to an actual series.
All right, so far, this version of both these teams seems to be, at this point at least, favoring TLC. Of course, we got to give that bit of grace to Darshan coming in for Sniper very late into the split. I think the last week of regular split play, it's been a tough one there. So even still, TLC, the ones who really leveled up in playoffs, are the ones that we just so impressed by, exceeding those expectations, especially the ones we had during the regular split, where they were kind of up and down. And remember, that's a 9th place finish. It's not very high, but here they are in top 6.
Here they are indeed, and what a way it's been to the extent that they've had to play 3 best ofs back to back to back, and they are able to fire on all these cylinders here that they have cooking. There is another dragon, or a dragon on the table. We're 10.5 minutes in. It's the same dragon. But we'll actually see TL collapse on that, but being collapsed on by 100 Thieves.
Pretty's kind of low on the health department. It's going to be a little tough for him to get the angle in.
Thumbs up from Yukino means usually he wants to go in for it. We'll steal this one away. Let's be a little cheeky. Pretty's actually giving this one up, so 100 Thieves will be giving it up, just trying to belie a little bit of pressure there and see if they can get Unforgiven a plate down here.
Yeah, it is possible. Arrow came down, have to go the long way just to respect that potential invade there from 100 Thieves. Oh,
dirty son of a gun, APA.
Not letting him go. It's the tactics there, Lennon. It's the mental game. He's gonna back anyway. The fact that you stopped it, that gets the players.
I did just get word that we have our LEC friends joining us on the day, and what a day it is, as we have two of our top teams in usual 100 Thieves Challengers, Team Liquid Challengers. We were saying just a little bit ago, titans of our developmental season here, and rebuilding their rosters, trying to have something work for them here on the lower bracket of our NACL playoffs in spring. While TLC have come out swinging in this best of 5, 2-0 already, and great performances from the entire team so far.
Swinging for the fences, that's for sure. It's just been so tough for 100 Thieves to keep up. It looked like they had it in that second game, but TLC mounted the comeback. So far, in a similar position, 100 Thieves, they got these small advantages early on. A little CS here, maybe a turret play there, but it isn't a lot yet. TLC have gotten both neutral objectives, albeit a late first dragon. They still have this Herald to play with here as it finally does get dropped.
And just a little bit more of who you should be keeping your eyes on. It is a battle between junglers, but it's a battle between the mid lane now, as Kim Down having to get out. They do get a re-engage there with the Glacial Fisher across the other side. That Chaos Storm doing a lot, but it's the re-engage from Darshan. Knockup, but the Moonlight Vigil from Unforgiven. And 2 kills go over to 100 Thieves, who have roared to life now.
And a big kill over to this Aphelios, one of the big members in these team fights later on, and Pretty, even with the assist. He gets the stacks on the E, he has the upgrade. It's gonna be a lot easier for him to get this mid push. And we talked about how important that is, Lennon, how important that's been all series long for how these two mid laners face up against each other. And it's Arrow, once again in this early game, getting left behind, stayed bot lane, now is down a kill versus Unforgiven. TLC, in these last 2 games, they've been able to get him back in the game, giving him turrets, giving him waves. Can they do it again?
And I know LEC fans will know Unforgiven well. Well, he's doing just as good or better here in the NACL. He's been really smurfing across the board. Not able to so far in this series, as Arrow, another name that people would know internationally, here is stepping up to the plate, as he has 2 times in a row on the Jinx. Unforgiven has yet to find an in for himself, but this comp definitely sets him up in a better fashion, and the rest of team for 100 Thieves Challengers.
Right, and we're already seeing Mythic start to come through here. It's big for Yukino to get that Divine Sunderer. A bit of damage, that extra bit of sustain he gains from completing that Mythic will allow him to continue being a little more aggressive.
I don't think Bradley's used his ulti yet, and he's level 11 now.
That's true.
We'll see now. Darshan is just so tanky. And there's the ulti. Bradley trying to get involved now. He's going down. It's like trying to sandpaper down a piece of metal, but they do find him eventually. Bradley gets the shutdown. Mir trying to get out. Nice blast cone over. Beautiful stuff. A re-engage from Pretty, and that will be another kill going over to 100 Thieves.
Scion passive does go crazy, but you can see at TL, they keep on looking. 100 Thieves answer back. It is going to be that 1-for-1 coming through here. Even does favor TLC a little bit. We're starting to see that activity we're hoping for from Bradley, like you said, and from Mir. That Dragon's Rage is going to be so important in these team fights. You got mobile carries like Victor and Aphelios. You have to watch them as the members of 100 Thieves. Teams in our league have trouble marking Mir and his flanks. But 100 Thieves, if they want to succeed and not go 0-3, they're going to have to do what others can't.
And a little bit of track record for this series as a whole, right? Last game, game 1 was holistically in TLC's favor. Game 2, 100 Thieves came to the bat, right? And they were able to find early advantage. They had almost 4,000 gold lead in the early part of the game. And I'm not trying to bring back any bad memories, but TL were able to handle the macro decisions and find objective focus that led them to a win. So now it is about 100 Thieves again, finding the bridge from early game success into late game carries.
And that's the goal. Again, that starts with marking this Lee Sin, and wow, Mir really playing on the edge. Gets to walk away with that red buff, as again, that attention from Mir and APA gives that space for Arrow to continue getting waves in. He's caught up in CS. He's whittling away at that turret. And pretty soon, Mir could set up for a play. Unforgiven doesn't have the flash, and Mir's got his kick.
See if TL want to pull the trigger. It's very difficult against both Destiny and Unforgiven, specifically the players, but also their champions. But if Destiny walks straight into the bush, maybe it's not so hard. As now TP's coming in, that flash comes out. Mega Death Rocket, not enough with the burn. TP completed from Bradley. Here he comes with that unstoppable force. They're grouped up. Can he get in the distance? There he goes!
There it is!
The double knockup! And Bradley sets him up with the 2 chains gank. And Darshan chased down by the 5 members of Team Liquid. And say it ain't so beat down. They do it again.
We've seen this movie before. Team Liquid start to pull things back when all seems lost. They are still down a few thousand gold, but they get some much needed kills again onto Arrow, who they just can't seem to keep down on the side of 100 Thieves, and they secure Dragon number 2.
And again, this Team Liquid Challenger roster, the only holdover from their 2-time back-to-back championships last year is Bradley. And while he sets up the team, it's his team that spikes it down into the dirt.
It's that catch out. They were on the way to this dragon to help that bottom lane fight that we saw, but they had to turn tail as soon as they lost their support in Destiny. They turned tail too late though, Lennon, because now they continue to lose out on the map as a result. The Rift Herald will get this turret, so it is going to be some gold, keeping 100 Thieves in the lead, really break open the map, but they're going to have to do a lot more because Team Liquid Challengers, we know it's hard to keep them down.
And second dragon was actually completed there for TLC as well. Brad is just waiting in the weeds, waiting for his unstoppable force to come back off cooldown. And, you know, that's the thing, is we all know Malphites from solo queue. You're a squishy champion, you die the second he sees you. Well, that's even more so in this fight with Unforgiven. If he loses those cooldowns, Pretty, if he loses those cooldowns, there are targets for TL just to focus out. That's where we set up in the beginning of the game. They have to be on their P's and Q's when it comes to target focusing. And 100 Thieves trying to get some different target focus. They do get a side lane tower here with Darshan pushing.
Yeah, that's a really important...
Oh, that ulti's up.
Oh.
He's looking. He got the speed up from the minion. He's looking. He doesn't want to go for it too much. He's not the AP build.
Yeah, exactly. No one shot, no popping ADs
no
like
Chadley
a balloon.
Bradley. I mean, I guess he's pretty Chad on the Malphite anyways.
A little different, but oh, we got fights on two
Speaking of
fronts.
Chad, the Mirror, nice escape, at least with the Dragon Rage kick. Will be that cooldown down. The Cyclone also used by Yukino.
You can see the vision 100 Thieves are trying to set
Darshan.
up. Oh, he doesn't know.
You may be wondering
He doesn't
how
know.
I found myself here. He is a tank. Oh, nice little flash. I don't think it was for much, as Arrow trying to burn down this blue buff here that was started by Darshan. Darshan will use that ulti. The cooldown not too long.
Unfortunate, Kim down, used the flash. They couldn't follow up, but realistically, we're seeing now TL trying to keep vision on their side of the map. Can't really walk it into the river yet here. And 100 Thieves, they've been doing a good job. Like, they're keeping an eye on the plays Mir wants to make. They've actually been holding him down despite some of the success TLC. That top lane play was a big one in my eyes that they managed to stop. And because of this ward, like, again, they have the eyes on this mid-jungle duo. They know how important this top outer turret is to break open the map for TLC. So now look at the mini-map. 100 Thieves, they're walking up.
They are indeed, and I think obvious objective focus could be coming through here in terms of 2 minutes till a dragon coming up would be a sole point for Team Liquid, but also we actually saw a pretty early take of the Baron last game because we had pickouts onto 100 Thieves by TLC, and see if they could try to find that yet again. Again, they have a very, very heavy pick-focused composition, and 100 Thieves have been feeling out this top side of the jungle for minutes now.
And I like it because they're not even going too far onto TLC's side of the map. They're just keeping this top wave pushed in. It means there's time before TLC can make a play for the top tier 1. It gives the space to shadow Unforgiven in this mid lane. Especially how important it is for this Aphelios to not only stay ahead, but stay protected in these fights. That kind of shadowing is super important. Even if Mir is in the area, you got the Secret Service here for Mr. Unforgiven. How do you get by him?
Yeah, that's the scariest part, is the big team fights, the 5v5s. That's where 100 Thieves will succeed, and they will overtake Team Liquid. But Team Liquid, again, they find one big pick, one big unstoppable force, a big Dragon Rage kick into the hands of APA and Arrow. They do have execution buttons to go ahead and pull. Now Vision is being fought over the Baron pit here. You see that now refocus from TL on the top side of the map.
And again, that top tier 1, They need it, especially with Baron on the map now, as we've just crested over 20 minutes. Being able to push that wave deeper so you can set up vision just in the river. Forget 100 Thieves topside jungle, Lennon. They just haven't been able to do it so far. 100 Thieves doing a good job denying
You gotta
them.
fight this dragon, though.
I think TLC are going to let it go. They don't have control over really any of this. It's so dangerous to face check into 100 Thieves composition. This is an Unforgiven with 2 items. Your Jinx has also reached that point, but it's risky.
It is risky. He did just lose the chakrams, so he does have the gravitum for a bit of setup if they can get a catch out. It's
true.
Bradley is waiting for them to clump up, but here comes the re-engage from Darshan on the back line. That was actually so big, but it's 100 Thieves that can't capitalize because Bradley is holding the unstoppable force. He's making them all play so safely, but if they can take him out, maybe it makes the difference. He uses it defensively, and that is the go signal for 100 Thieves as Pretty takes down Bradley. Kim Down's down, and I said Pretty needed to step up. Well, he stepped right up.
And this is great. You can deny that soul point for TLC. I'm surprised they're not walking up towards the Baron, but they are really afraid of that Dragon Soul. So they will still collect the bag in terms of gold, and they will still deny the Dragon stacking of TLC. This is what we needed from this comp, Lennon. And look at it here, the front to back. Look at Unforgiven. How do you get on top of this man?
They play so reserved. It's so good here as well. They know that Bradley's just waiting for the perfect opportunity. Well, he stays a little too long and then gets focused down hugely. That re-engage from Destiny is so crucial. And then the follow-up, TL have to run away after that. As soon as Bradley uses a defensive ulti like that, they know they can chase him down.
That's the only thing you're worried about in these team fights. If you know where Mir is, all you care about is Bradley. Okay, Lee Sin is in front of me, not behind me. Lovely. Where's the Malphite? Oh, he's ulting. Backwards? Oh, we get him. We get those.
He did indeed. Now, those 2 item spikes really coming up for 100 Thieves, looking at if they're going to have like 2.5 items at this point. But that stopping of the dragon stacking for Team Liquid is so huge, right? This is a difference from what we saw in game 2. I said they're leveling up 1 game at a time.
Right?
Well, they got the early game 2 games in a row. Now they're finding a way to build that bridge. They must have signed up an architect.
And it's a pretty damn good one, Lennon. They have the comp to make this work. They've been giving us the gameplay to make this work. And it is tough, because the only thing that is unlucky is that with this rift, I need to hold this thought. There's a lot of people gathering around. Ooh.
Little dodge out of the dredge line there from Mir. Hesitancy because 100 Thieves playing with a lot of confidence.
And what I want to point out with this rift is with the Chemtech rift, it's with the empowered Scryer's Orb, it's actually really hard to maintain vision control. It's pretty beneficial as a team who's falling behind to roll this rift because it's really easy for you to clear.
Bradley was about to go straight in on the Unforgiven there, but now TL have put themselves in an awkward spot. A knockup comes down on the arrow. They've got a front to back. They're leaving Bradley out to try to focus Darshan, but Darshan's so much tankier, and now Pretty is on a killing spree.
Oh, now surely it's the Baron angle here. Maybe Mir can go for the steal, but front to back, you can just take this Baron and turn for the fight. 100 Thieves, they're going to be able to really snowball this lead. They're 3K up. That's right.
Yukino finding Mir. Can Mir get out of there? He does get that ward jump out. The Baron not started by 100 Thieves. They were just trying to pull the fight.
So they're not interested in actually starting this one. They're happy with the gold. They're happy with the vision and the pressure, forcing TLC out of their side of the map. Now they're just going to go back, farm things out, spend the gold that they've earned, but it's 100 Thieves who still maintain control of this game. There's no part of the map for TLC to really play for right now. It's just Mir looking for a pick.
Okay. They're going to just go for it. They got the resets out from 100 Thieves, but Yukino is right here. TP's coming in now from Darshan. He doesn't have the ulti. Nice scat of the week from APA. And you're going to need a little bit of love here from TL.
Bradley.
Maybe a little bit of tender love and care. Because they need to be careful in this pit. The Baron going down so low. Darshan goes in. They engage from Destiny. They found Destiny already, though. Arrow is excited. But look at the front to back. It's Arrow. It's Unforgiven. Who can carry the hardest as the rockets start raining? Unforgiven dodges out. Big engage from Darshan as well. Team Liquid surviving, but not enough. Arrow falls to the weight of Darshan.
And that was a good look from TLC, but it wasn't good enough. The gold lead really showing and paying off here. They thought if they got the reset for Arrow, it would be enough to get them the fight, but we called it. The front to back is too good from 100 Thieves. And even though Baron doesn't change hands, 100 Thieves continue to assert control. And now you see the pings on Baron. Lennon, they're going to go for it.
I don't know if TL want to go for round 2 here, but at least a little bit of vision for 100 Thieves would make them sleep a little bit better at night. But what a turnaround in that moment, right? Back and forth, but it is that front to back you just highlighted that is so important to keep eyes on. If Bradley doesn't have his ulti, if they don't get that big engage, it's so much harder for TL to find an in. And speaking of ins, we got a minute until Dragon Soul point comes up potentially yet again for TLC. 100 Thieves want to find a pick or at least set up around those objectives, maybe even pull the attention to this Baron.
And this Baron is too impactful. TLC not going to set up, only APA really just pushing out that bot wave a little bit, and then he's making his way to the top. 100 Thieves there immediately hitting this. It is Lee Sin. He's pretty good at stealing Barons.
It is Mir.
Yep.
Yukino needs to step up, the rookie jungler for 100 Thieves, but he can't even because the fight's already kicked off by TL. Big depth charge comes through APA with the scattered weak. Yukino found APA on the side though, and he goes him.
Oh,
he's down. Pretty finds the pick at it again. Team Liquid find nothing.
And they just keep on trying, but the stasis this time was the clutch up from Pretty and Yukino, and now they have finally earned themselves that Baron. Now they have broken this game wide open, and TLC, all they can hope to get is a dragon for their losses.
And this is why best of 5, the change in format is so important. If this was best of 3s, Team Liquid won away with this all day long. But 3 games in now, 100 Thieves Challengers have shown up. They have leveled up. And now they have a lead that they can be proud of. It should still be soul point to Team Liquid Challengers. As Arrow and Kim down, I don't think they're making it out of this one. He does have Flash. He should make it out. Kim down, kind of sacrificing his life at this point. And they'll at least get something back on the map. But as we said, a very strong third game performance from 100 Thieves Challengers.
It is. They have everything they need, Lennon, to close this out. Now, another good fight like what we saw. We're going to start seeing structures inside Team Liquid Challengers base start to fall here. That's why Arrow, the rest of TL, they're trying to clear out whatever they can. Those scrying orbs on this map are so impactful, but it's not enough. You have to avoid being caught out. And all you have to hope for at this point, APA, Clutch Scatter of the Week, Mir, that clutch kick that we know Lee Sin players can find. 100 Thieves have kept him out.
That's 3 items for Pretty and Darshan now, though, and there's really not much to give. Arrow flashing away, APA caught out yet again, and he's gone. Darshan, after being so heavily focused in game 1 and 2, he picks the tank, and he's been a stalwart champion for 100 Thieves in this third game. Another tower will fall at TL. They're on the brink of losing a game in this best of 5, and 100 Thieves, they should be able to take this inhib and maybe even look at mid lane.
There's still a tier 2 in the mid lane, but so much Baron buff for them to work with and so much more gold for them to earn. We're getting close to 10,000 in the lead here. 8K at the moment for 100 Thieves Challengers. And as they fall further and further behind, Team Liquid run out of options to win out these team fights. Again, there's so much pressure on Mir, on this Lee Sin. Can you get Unforgiven? Can you kick him into your team? That's all you're hoping for. But 100 Thieves, they've been watching him all game like a hawk, like a mother hen or her egg, protecting Unforgiven.
It's been really, really nice, and especially the way we've seen the step up across the board. Obviously, Yukino trying to get that early focus, but Pretty really getting his Victor back, getting some comfort for him, and showing up. He is a late game carry as well as Unforgiven now, and it is literally just about, can TL find a catch out? If they can't, this is game over. We're going to game 4.
That's right, and slowly but surely, the hopes of a 3-0 are dying for Team Liquid Challengers. 100 Thieves just systematically taking down every outer turret. Only the tier 2 is left in the mid lane. After that, it's on the base.
And we've been pushed to so many best of fives, going the distance to 5 games between these two developmental organizations in 100 Thieves Challengers and TLC. We'll see one last push, one last catch out. There's that kick you wanted. And Arrow is excited here, but he's not enough to stand up to the might that is 100 Thieves. There's 100 of them beat down, and they're beating down on TL. We got a series on our hands, and the legacy of these two teams provides. We need the best of 5 to go the distance, and 100 Thieves are on the brink of giving us a series that is deserved.
Oh, and he just needs to cross the T's, dot the I's at this point. Let an Arrow and APA only enough to save the turrets for now. But 100 Thieves, with even more gold to spend, are so close to putting the finishing touches on this game 4. It's just been some amazing stuff this time around.
And it really was off the back of some of those standout members, but specific that got, like, he's the newest member. He's a tried and true veteran of the scene. Darshan, coming in at the last second, was heavily focused on his Jason game 2 specifically. And now to have the Scion against Bradley's Malphite come out clutch with a lot of the big engages for team fights. That is what has been so nice to see, because it's finally tying together the other pieces of 100 Thieves Challengers that we've seen be successful. As now 100 Thieves looking for APA. There ain't no yip today, as he will be taken out.
Fortunately, that Sky Bison has been grounded for 55 seconds. And now that numbers advantage, you can see it even with the health Destiny has lost. 100 Thieves, they spent their gold. They're 10k up, and it reflects in the stats they have. They can push for another inhib, potentially the game. Watch Mir, watch Bradley. They are the only hope.
Goes triple man knock up there with the Glacial Fissure on top of it. Unforgiven was untouched that entire time. And Darshan has got the engage on the back. Arrow is excited, but he doesn't have the damage to put into Darshan. Mir is gone, and Unforgiven is throwing them chakras.
Oh, he's
left
going in.
and right. He's gonna find more. And Unforgiven, a triple kill for the best damn ADC we have in our league. And this is a series going to game 4.
100 Thieves are not going quietly. They will make TLC work for it as they give us the start of what could be a reverse sweep.
Exactly what we are due. As casters love to have a series on their hands,
That's
we
right.
do just that. We are going to take a little break. On the other side of it, we'll have another Rally Cry halftime show, so don't you go anywhere.